everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Beyond Authentic Health, as it says there, and this is the channel where we are documenting our weight loss journey
and beyond.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Rufus.
And today is the first of our Losers Club extra helpings. First of all, Rufus, what is the Losers Club?
The Losers Club is, as we're on Slimming World, like I say, it doesn't matter what journey you're on, whether it be Slimming World, Weight Watchers, or whatever tool that you're using to lose weight. We all come on here as a community and share our weight losses, whether, you know, you maintain that week or whatever it is, we all come and kind of help each other. So that's why we're here.
Absolutely. So we go live every Wednesday at 6:30 here on Beyond Authentic Health. So if you're on a weight loss journey yourself, come and join us for that. What is an extra helping video? What can people expect from this series on our channel?
So basically, it's if we've experienced stuff in our journey on Slimming World, basically we'll come on here and share it with other people. If we think it will help someone else in their journey, like I say, we'll just come share it with you all.
Yeah, and it gives us a chance to talk in a bit more detail. On our lives, we have your topic of the week, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Where we'll talk a little bit about a topic, but this is where we want to really delve into things a little bit more, isn't it?
Yeah.
And get a little bit more into the nitty-gritty of things.
Yeah.
So then, we thought for our first episode, and this may in fact be a two-parter, so if it is, look out for it. We thought that we would talk about a little bit about Slimming World, the plan itself, because we know a lot of you are all over the world. We get a lot of viewers from all over the country, all over the world, all over the States and other parts as well. And you may not be as familiar about Slimming World as we are here in the UK, but also we know that a lot of people watch the channel who are thinking about their own health journey and maybe starting a weight loss journey. And for people that have never been on Slimming World before, we thought we'd make a little video talking about our experiences. Have we always done Slimming World? Have we ever quit and left? Yes. And also why we chose this as opposed to one of the many other tools that are out there. So I guess the first question is just that, Rufus. Out of all the weight loss programs, the diets, the tools, out of everything that's available, which is a massive multi-million-dollar industry, why did we choose to come back to Slimming World?
We don't have to calorie count. Like I say, the only things that we have to kind of add into what we eat every day is just the sins or any like treats and things that we have. So I don't have to weigh all my rice and all my things up. It's just easy. Like I say, we've tried other things and calorie counting doesn't work for me. The plan, like with everything Slimming World do, like I say, it's all about a lot of things we have, healthy eating, you know, we stick to the plan and it does work. And that's why we're back.
There's actually quite a lot of science that goes into the plan. And so, let's talk about what the Slimming World plan is. Basically, food has been categorized into different groups. So we have free food. And free food is food that you can have, in theory, an unlimited amount. What they actually mean by that is you can eat all of that until you're full. So when we say unlimited, we don't mean have 25 plates worth 3 times a day, but you eat until you're full. And that's a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit, pasta, rice. That's all considered free food. And that's sort of the bulk of mainly the bulk of what we eat, isn't it? Is so a lot of lean meat is free food, a lot of fruits are free food, as I say, and that's what we make the bulk of our meals out of. And then there is speed free food. And so what is speed free food? So
speeds is like things like courgettes, cauliflower, broccoli, a lot of your green veg. Carrots are speed. At Slimming World they'll say put a third of your plate with speed veg on. We always put more on ours, but you know.
So speed food is literally the food that has quite low calories but quite a lot of filling you up or quite a lot of flavour. So for instance, when we talk about fruit, blueberries and strawberries are speed food because they're really low in calories comparatively. Say compared to a banana, Both have got sugars in, both have got a lovely flavour, and both will fill you up. But strawberries and blueberries have less calories in them.
Yep.
And so that's why that is considered a speed food and a banana is considered free food. So again, we're not going to go into the full list of everything here because we'd literally be here for hours and hours.
I know, but I do love strawberries.
You do, and I love blueberries and strawberries. And in fact, all berries. We say berries.
Berries.
All berries.
Just berries.
Blackberries, strawberries, blueberries,
Just
all
a
of
berry.
it. Yeah, all the berries. But then there's another section of food, isn't there?
Berries.
And this is the one that a lot of people worry about on Slimming World, and this is sins. Now, don't panic. It's not sins with an I. It is sins with a Y because this is all about synergy. And the way Slimming World works, certain foods that are higher in calories, higher in fat, they are given a sin value, a bit like with Weight Watchers, is it points?
Yeah.
And so there's different ways of thinking about it. It's just a higher calorie food. But Slimming World on the plan, they actually give you a sin allowance. So as part of your daily food, we've got our imaginary plate. We've got a third of our plate with speed food. We've got a load of free food, some meat on it, which is considered protein. And then right here, we've got some sins. But how do we count those? We don't know what to do. Well, Slimming World say that you can have between 5 and 15 a day, or up to, it goes up to like 35 or 40, doesn't it? Depending on how much people weigh. And that's kind of your sin allowance. And that basically gives you that option if you wanted something that isn't speed or free food. If you wanted to include that in your meals, you can do, can't you?
Yeah, like I say, as a male, you can have more sins depending on your weight, but it's still your choice as to if you want to use all of your sins or just have minimal amounts. It's entirely up to you how you use your sins.
And what sort of things are sinned? So what are we talking about? Obviously things like chocolate, sugar, fats. Even an avocado is sinned because although it's good fat, it is still fat.
Like I say, if you wanted to use, I don't know, avocado oil or olive oil in cooking your meals, you could do that and make sure all of those things are measured properly. You could, I don't know, you might be a cheese lover. You might decide to use, have some full fat cheese or something. It's entirely whether it's a sweet treat or whether it's dairy or something else that you want to use your sins on. Like say some yogurts are sinned. If you have a fat-free choice, then that's obviously free on plan. So it's entirely up to you how you use them.
Absolutely. Now Rufus did just touch on cheese, and there are two little extra. See what I did there? Extra bits of the plan, and they're called healthy extras, and they are broken into an A and a B choice. The A choice is basically your dairy or calcium rich food, isn't it? Because I'm non-dairy and I have soya milk and rice milk and all those all those alternative milks that are still part of your healthy extra A choices, and you're allowed two allotments, two sections of the healthy extra A, and what that amount is will depend on what you choose to have. So you have skimmed milk. So how much can you have as one of your healthy extra A's?
350 ml.
350 mils for yours.
So I use some of it for my coffees and things during the day, and then later in the day I will have, like I say, whatever's left of it towards my cereal or whatever I've weighed out for my snack in the day. But yeah, like I say, it's entirely up to you as to how you use it. I have oat milk, which is normally between, depending on which one, 300 and 325 millilitres, and I'll have one of my healthy A choices is always my oat milk for my coffees. If you've never been here before, you might not know, but I am a coffee addict. I have many cups of coffee a day, whether it's decaf or regular. I drink a lot of coffee. But there is a difference in the sins or the amount you can have for sweetened types of soya or oat milk or all of those. So you go for the unsweetened
I go
ones.
for the unsweetened options. And again, all of this is explained. If you join Slimming World, there is an app and there's books. Everything is all in it. It's quite easy to follow. Our second healthy extra A options, sometimes we'll have more milk, as Rufus said, if you want a cereal. Sometimes we'll use it in some low-fat cheese to put on our dinners. There's all sorts of ways you can use
Yeah.
that second option, isn't there?
Yeah.
And then the other part is a healthy extra B, and that tends to be a fibre choice.
Yeah.
So some people use it for bread. The small loaves, you can sometimes have 2 or 1 or 2 slices for a healthy extra B. What else can you have?
I'd say I have the wheat cereal, so little
You have
blueberry
cereals,
wheats.
yeah.
Um,
And again, is that unlimited for you?
no.
So how much can you have for your healthy
If
extra
you have
B?
something like bran flakes or my blueberry wheats or my apricot wheats, they are 45 grams for a serving for that. Sometimes, like I say, when I weigh them out, sometimes I get, I don't know, so many, like 12 or so portions out of my box, but they're in about, some cereals will only be, if they are, I think there's many choices of cereal you can have,
Hundreds.
but a lot of them will be like 25 grams for 5 sins. A lot of them are, but they're all normally the high sugar and really sweet cereal types.
Even the healthy extra B cereal choices will vary the amount of grams you can have depending on the calorie content, basically. So I just mentioned the C word, calories. Do we count calories on Slimming World?
No, we don't.
We don't, but it's kind of been done for you.
Yeah,
one of the other YouTubers that we follow, Patrick from Weigh In Time, he did a really interesting video, didn't he, where he looked at an average day on Slimming World and what his calorie content would have worked out to be. And it was under 2,000, I think. And so that is the kind of area you want to be looking at for weight loss. So it's all of that work's been done for us. So it's quite a simple plan, isn't it, from that perspective? So then, is it really easy? Because all of this sounds like a lot of faff. We have to count and weigh out and measure all of our healthy extra A's and our healthy extra B's to the milliliter. And we've got sins, and we've got to remember what bit's got sins, and then we've got food, and we've got to eat some sin food, but some free food, but some speed food. And then, is that a lot of faff every single day?
It's not. No, not at all.
Do you have to get up early and like count out your meals in advance?
No.
Do you have to sit there with a calculator and go, right, okay, well, that is going to be 15 calories per serving. So if I have 1 serving and I times that on a Wednesday, do you have to do any of that? Is there any?
No.
No.
None.
So how did we work the plan then?
Basically, anything I have to measure, like my cereals, how much milk I'm having. Like, say, you can get, I don't know, these little bottles that you can get now you can just draw your line, and once you've measured exactly how much milk and stuff you have, and just fill that every day. There's your milk allowance for the day. That's sorted.
Yep, we've done that in the past, haven't we?
I'll open a box of cereal. Obviously, it's only me eating that cereal because you can't eat things like that.
I don't eat gluten.
So for me, I will weigh out my whole box of cereals, measured, tied up in little bags, all portioned up. There's my cereal sorted. I just take one out a day, and it's just easy. Like I say, as we've gone on plan, obviously our weight has reduced. Maybe we don't eat quite as much on our plates as we used to.
No.
But obviously, as you shrink, as you get smaller, you're not going to need quite as many, not quite as much food, should I say.
But we still eat until we're full, don't we? That's the key
definitely,
thing.
we do.
Yeah.
We do. We always enjoy all of our food.
So, have we always done Slimming World the same way?
No, we didn't. When we first started, we just saw it as a diet.
Yes,
so
very much.
A diet is, now I realise what a diet is. A diet is something you do short term. Like, I don't know, you might go, do you know what? The easiest way to lose weight is I'm going to do Slim Fast, and I'm going to have 2 shakes during the day, and then I'm going to have 1 small meal. It's not something that you could, do long term, because are you going to live on these shakes forever? No. You're not, are you?
What if I had an event coming up? Say there was a big family do in November, and I thought, it's July now.
You've got
August, September, October, November. That's 4 or 5 months away. I want to lose a bit of weight. How do I do that?
You've got something that no longer fits you in your wardrobe or
Oh
something.
yeah,
So,
yeah, that. So what would I do?
and-
Is that for me? Could I do that on Slimming
yeah,
World?
of course you can. Yeah.
But what
Yeah.
if I am super morbidly obese, and the doctors have said to me that I've got some serious health concerns, and they are advising that I lose weight? Is Slimming World for me if I do that?
Yes. Yeah. Of course. It's for everybody. Anyone can join.
So it can. So could it just be if I just wanted to lose a stone?
Yeah.
What if? What I know. Look at me playing devil's advocate. What if I wanted, say, for me now? What if I decided, do you know what? I want to lose another stone. I'd still be over my BMI that the doctor says. I'd still be, overweight. But I just want to lose that one more stone, and then I'll be happy because I quite like being a bit bigger. Can I do that, or do I have to get it to a BMI level?
No, Slimming World will support you if that's, for me, like I say, partly for me is like over time, obviously I was very, very big. Over time, I keep setting little goals. So I go down and, a stone or so, and then I set another goal. And you can basically lose whatever you want, wherever you're comfortable being weight-wise. You don't have to go down to a certain BMI and be like, I don't know, super slim, or it's not set. It's for you to set those goals for yourself until you're happy with your weight. So whether it be you're going on holiday every year and you lose weight, and then you go on holiday and have a all-inclusive and blowout and all of that, and then get back on plan and get the weight down again, and just keep at being a healthier you until you go on holiday next year again or whatever it is. Then it's whatever you want it to be, whatever,
Absolutely.
whatever suits you.
Absolutely. And the key thing there is that you set that target.
Yeah.
And for us, we've got BMI targets to hit for other medical reasons.
Yeah,
but if I wanted to go beyond that and get my BMI sort of in a really healthy range, then I can. If I decide that actually, do you know what, I am happy being the weight I am, and I might want to lose, as I say, one more stone, and then I'm happy there. Slimming World don't tell you what you need to lose. There is a lower weight limit.
Yeah.
So this is not something that is designed to be in any way, shape or form encouraging super low BMIs. It's not about that. It's about being in the healthier ranges for you and whatever works for you. But there is that lower limit, and that is designed to stop people who may be underweight trying to lose even more, because again that's the other end of the unhealthy scale, isn't it?
It is.
So for us now, it really is a lifestyle, isn't it?
It is. Like I say, before our first journey on Slimming World, it was a diet.
It was.
And now when you look back and realise that actually a diet isn't something you do long term,
No.
but food optimising is just a healthier way of eating, and that's literally how we work the plan now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what we mean by food optimizing is literally every single meal we have speed food, we have free food, we have a bit of protein, and we use our sins if we want to use them. We use those either throughout the day maybe, or at the end of the day. Sometimes I like to have a couple of bags of low-sin crisps, so Space Raiders I really enjoy. I can't eat a lot of wheat-based stuff that you can have,
stuff,
or sugary stuff, because of my diabetes, and I don't get on well with wheat. So sometimes we make very different choices in terms of how we use our sins. But every single meal is food optimized for us, and it's become a way of life, hasn't it?
Yes.
And I know that the earlier part of this video, it really does sound like we are waving the Slimming World flag. And to a certain extent we are, because this has worked for us. Currently, as this is the 10th of July 2025, I am £1 away from my 5 stone award since October, the first week in October when we joined. And you are £1 away from your
7 stone
7 stone award since October. And we've still got a way to go. I've still got £48 until I hit my target.
Yeah.
And we're just eating
Yeah.
a lot of food that we enjoy, meals
Yeah.
that we like. Thankfully, here in the UK, at Iceland, there are ready meals.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yesterday was
we
a
did that for
hectic
once,
day
didn't
for
we?
us, wasn't it?
But-
So we had ready meals
Yeah.
yesterday. Bung them in the
I know.
microwave, put a bit of veg on, done.
And we haven't done that in ages.
We haven't.
No.
We haven't at all.
No.
But even making our own food,
Yeah.
it's quite a simple thing. Tonight we're going to have some salmon, some baked potatoes, and a salad.
Yeah.
It is cooking. It is cooking from scratch, but it isn't like you don't have to spend hours doing a food prep.
No,
so
no.
it works for us, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So why is it important for you to set that target goal? We've talked about the targets there. Why is that an important thing that not just Slimming World advise,
Yeah.
but that we advise as well?
Like I say, I've got a BMI sort of a target I need to hit for future surgery. But I think if I didn't need to do that, if I didn't need to go to a really low BMI, I kind of like probably another stone or so, and I would probably be quite comfortable. But I need to get my BMI. I think, is it down to 30 or something like that?
I can't remember off the top of
I'm
my
sure
head.
it's 30. Yeah. So some surgeries, if you have a surgery that is something that's going to take hours, rather than just under an hour for a short surgery, if it's going to be longer, some surgeries, like I say, will have there's set BMI limits for all of
Yeah.
those, and if you don't sort of meet that limit, then you don't get surgery. And that's
So
sometimes-
so you've got a really, really focused
Yeah.
reason that you
Oh,
need
yeah.
to do it.
that's my why.
Why is it important for everyone to have that target set and not just say, oh, I'll just lose a little bit and I'll see how I feel? Why is it important, do you think, to have
It's-
that target in mind?
I think it's good. It's good to see where you see yourself in the next year. You can lose quite a lot of weight in a year, and for whatever reason that you want to go on this journey in the first place, you've most of us have already thought about where they see themselves maybe in the next year, and if they lost 5 stone or however much in that 1 year. I mean, if you lost,
That's a lot.
if you lost, is it £1 a week for a year? Was that nearly 4 stone or so? 4 stone?
Yeah, so £1 every week is £52, which in the UK would be 3 stone 10. So nearly 4 stone. But even if you lost £0.5 every single week, that would still get you nearly 2 stone, £26 in a year, which is
Yeah.
a massive amount.
It
It
is.
really is a big amount.
But I say you'd be surprised, like I say, just without sometimes realising if if you're just kind of whatever you choose to eat, for your dinners and meals and that, and sometimes they're not always for some people the healthiest, but it's so easy, as you get older, you're maybe not as active as you used to be, and your metabolism slows down a little bit, and before you realise it, you've put that little bit of weight on, and maybe you want to fit into the clothes that maybe now don't fit you very well anymore, and things like that. And for some people, they don't need to lose lots of weight, but just be a healthier weight. But like I say, everybody, I think, that joins Slimming World, it's something to think about, where you see yourself in the next year, and do you have, a thought in mind for how much you think, or feel that you want to lose, and then it's setting those little goals so that, you're aware of where you're going and what, where you want to be, and hopefully achieve that within that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's one of the things that I like with Slimming World is that they do have awards. So every half a stone, so it's every £7, you get presented with a certificate which you can put on your fridge. Mine lives on the cupboard.
Yeah.
And it's basically an acknowledgement of you've achieved something here. You've achieved something. And obviously not every country has measures in stone and pound, stones and pounds. But every £7 that comes off, you get that certificate, and it is that acknowledgement of you are continuing your journey.
Yeah.
And I know that's important for a lot of people,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I personally, I like having those mini targets to get to my next award, because it's a way of keeping me on track. Because as I said at the beginning, I've got £48 still to go for my own personal target. If I was just to think £48, that's a lot. But actually, I've only got £1 to go until my next Stone Award. And then after that, I've got £7 until my next Half Stone Award.
It's like you get like
That
your
just
own
keeps
little
me
mini
going.
targets. Yeah,
It does.
Little targets to sort of hit. And then, before you realise it, a few stone has gone already, and you're like, wow, you're just like different person altogether.
Yeah. So there's kind of two ways to join Slimming World, and obviously this depends on very much where you are in the world. In the UK, there are still two options. You can join online, or you can join at a physical group. Now, unfortunately, apart from, was it Portugal, I think, has groups.
I think
It was somewhere. Maybe Cyprus, I can't remember, but for most of the world, there aren't Slimming World groups outside of the UK. It is something they're looking at expanding, but currently that isn't a thing. So you would have to join online, and that's fine. There's the app, and you've still got access to a barcode scanner to scan the foods. Again, be aware that not all food is going to scan outside of the UK.
No.
But you do still have things like you can work out the sin tracker. You've got other things on there, recipes, lots of useful things, podcasts and other bits.
You're someone that eats meat on the app, so it'll tell you 5%. Like pork mince or beef mince is so many. Obviously those things are free on plan.
Or it will say 7% beef is this many things, or whatever it is. So it tells you all of that
per 100 grams or something.
Yeah, but in the UK, you can actually join a physical group, and it's one of those groups, and it's exactly what you think it is when you think of going to a weight loss group. It's a bunch of people sat around a room, talking about their weight loss journey and talking about some of the food they've eaten. But it isn't in any way pressured. It's again one of the reasons that we like this particular sort of weight loss plan is purely and simply because we go in, we get on the scales, we pay each week, we stand on the scales, and we always say it's like going to see teacher, isn't it? That is our moment of, have we been on plan this week? And I can safely say this time around, since October, we have been on plan every single week. There hasn't been a single week where we've gone, Christmas. We'll just leave it. Even Christmas and New Year, birthdays, we both had our birthdays this year. We had discounts to go out to one of our favourite restaurants. We didn't go in the end, did we? We chose not to.
We even got one pack of mince pies, but we didn't eat them. We ended up giving them to like a food bank or something. Didn't we? We
did. We donated them. But we go to that group week in, week out and get weighed in. And their scales are super accurate. So if you do join a physical group, throw your scales away. Do not weigh yourself every day, every week, every whatever. It's pointless. Stand on the scales at group. They are calibrated, they're accurate.
For that, it keeps me on plan. I don't know for me though whether the plan would work if I was weighing at home. I like it because I'm going somewhere and they weigh me, and that helps me stay on plan.
And it's not public, but it kind of is, because what you weigh is private, and you step on the scales and nobody can see your weight apart from the person that's writing it down in your book, in your logbook, basically. But because it is in a room with other people, if you've had a success, people can see. If you go woohoo, people can see, and they will celebrate that. If you get on the scales like I've done in the past, expected a really good result and perhaps not had it, we'll get onto that later, then again people can see. If I go, they can see that reaction. And so it's completely private as to what the results are, but how we respond on when we stand on those scales, our reaction is a bit public. And that's, again, that is kind of, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because it helps me stay in that mindset of, I don't want to get on the scales and go, oh my God, I don't want to do that again. And I've seen when people get on the scales and they are absolutely devastated at how much they've gained or whatever. I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life. I've done that for nearly 50 years at this point, where I've upped and down, my weight has fluctuated so much. I don't want to do that anymore.
And I think for us, like I say, one of the best things that we ever did. I remember for a long time we would say, "Oh, do you know what? I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna join Slimming World this week. I might do it next week, or I might do it on Monday."
Oh, but hang on, because we've got a
But-
birthday coming up,
Well,
so your
we want a
birthday's
bit of
coming up.
cake for that, so we're not going to go this week.
Oh no, we've
for
had
my
your birthday, but
Oh,
my
yours
birthday's
is
3
next
weeks
month,
later,
yes.
so we might as well carry on for the next three. Let's just carry on eating pizza for 3 more weeks, and then it's my birthday.
And then we would join.
Oh, but then it's July. It's really hot in July. I love ice cream. Maybe we'll do it in winter.
Yeah, we join in the winter.
Oh no, it's winter. It's too cold. I need my takeaways. I need to have my fried chicken and pizza.
And before you know
no.
it, it's Christmas.
I can't join at Christmas because I've got to have all my mince pies, and I'll join in the new year.
And one thing I always say to people is, if you want to change your life and you want to, make those changes actually happen, start today. Don't start next month, next year or whenever it is.
No.
Start today.
And there are groups up and down the UK. Certainly, there are groups all over that you can join, and they run. Most areas will have one, at least 1 or 2 groups within a small location, at least once or twice a week. But even if you've got to travel a little bit to a group, it's worth it. But if you don't want to wait to join a group, you can do it online right now. The one thing I will say for us, being in the UK, having the access to the groups has been an absolute godsend. We stay to group every week. We go in, we weigh in, we sit down. There's something called image therapy. I can't remember what it's called. It breaks into like something. It means something. And the way they've done it has changed a little bit recently. But basically what it is it's group support. And there will be people there that have tried a brand new recipe that week and say, "Oh, did you know? This week we're talking about a chocolate ice cream that we had found that was relatively low sins compared to a lot of the standard ice cream."
Was it one pot was like, if you were someone that could have 15 sins, one whole pot of this, like, it's about the same size. I don't know if you've had
Ben and Jerry's.
If you've had Ben and Jerry's or Halo Top ice cream, it's like one of those pots. And one whole pot, if you wanted to use all your sins for that day, and you could have 15 sins that day, you could if you wanted to.
Yep.
But
So that pot was 15 sins. Obviously, between us, it's
we
7
normally
and a half
share
each.
it. Yeah, we share.
And we pointed this out to people at group because it's really hot here in the UK at the moment. And we said, "Oh, we discovered this," and other people didn't know that, did they?
No.
And they were like, "Oh, where's that from? Give us that, give us that." So we pick up things like that, but we also pick up tips.
Yeah.
We once discovered at a Slimming World group that we had been eating some chicken.
Oh.
It was sliced chicken,
It was
sandwich chicken.
It was like, it's reformed chicken, I think they call
Chicken
it.
breast roll.
Yes, it's already.
But it was reformed. It was the cheaper cuts, and we thought,
Is there sugars and
well,
milk?
no, well, probably there is, but we thought in our innocence that because
Sliced chicken
is free on plan, it's protein, it's a free food. We just thought this was the same. Never thought to check. And at that point, this is going back a few years, we could easily eat 2 or 3 other packets of that
Do you get
in
like
a week.
20 odd slices maybe in a pack?
There was more than that. It was a lot. They were thick back then.
It was 1 sin a slice.
So all the weeks that we'd been going to Slimming World and getting on the scales and thinking, "Oh, I'm doing so well. I've lost a pound."
Could have
we
been a
didn't
lot. Could have been a
realise
lot
it could have been a
different.
lot more because we were eating and because it was what we thought was free food.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a bit peckish. I go and have
That's
several
it, innit?
slices of that without even realising it. So then, we absolutely recommend people stay to group.
Definitely.
If you can't stay to group though, or even if you do stay to group, if you need a little bit of extra support, I've got to say the Losers Club here on Beyond Authentic Health is a really good online weight loss support evening. Basically every Wednesday at 6:30 we celebrate everybody's journey. We don't care how big you are, how small you are, how much you've got to lose, whether you're doing it with Slimming World like us, whether you're doing it with Weight Watchers, GLPs, surgeries, whether you're doing it with the shakes, whether you're running 25 miles every day before you head to work, whatever it is that you're doing. If you are on a weight loss journey, whether you are currently succeeding at that and doing amazingly well, or if you're struggling, or if you're planning on doing it, come and join us on a Wednesday evening. It's a really lovely community. It's really supportive, and there's a lot of really good advice there. You can
learn a lot from us on here. So.
Yeah, and not just us though, but the people that are on the group as well.
Definitely.
It's a really, really supportive community. Hopefully you can join us at the Losers Club very soon. But that is going to be it for this part. Instead of doing an hour video, we're going to break it up into 2 parts. So the next part, we're going to talk about how this journey has affected us, how we link it in with our various health concerns, how it's literally saved my foot, and a lot more information and some tips and tricks from us. But for now, we're going to end the video as we always do. Stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and
happy slimming.
Happy slimming. Say goodbye, Rufus.
Goodbye, Rufus.
Gabonza beans.